Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Thank you, Speaker Sir. The Finance Commission's grants to urban local bodies are very crucial for the development of public amenities in the municipalities. Under the 14th Finance Commission, the total grant given to the urban local bodies was rupees 3635 crore, and out of this rupees 580 crore are still pending. The government of Andhra Pradesh has submitted the required utilization certificates for the released grants and also demonstrated compliances for all reforms stipulated by the Central Finance Commission, that is, up to date annual accounts and improvement in municipal revenues. These amounts are very crucial to develop infrastructure, roads, water supply, protection of open spaces, and development of playgrounds. The state of Andhra Pradesh is facing severe financial stress due to bifurcation and COVID-19 pandemic. Hence, I would request the central government through you, sir, to release the pending rupees 580 crore at the earliest. Sir, Subarnpur district in my parliamentary constituency is called the second Benares. It is situated at the confluence of the rivers Tel, Ong and Mahanadi. Both Subarnapur and Balangi districts have several ancient temples of historical, architectural and religious importance dating from the 8th to the 13th century. For example, Patli, Shri Khetra, Papakashya Ghat, Bhima, Bhoi, Samadhi Pitha of the famous poet Saint of Odisha, whose poem is also inscribed in our parliament, as well as the UNO ancient prehistoric caves in Puja Dunguri, where the goddess Chandli Pat has been worshipped by the tribal people since time immemorial. Balangi district is also famous for the Hari Shankar and Chaunsat Yogini temples. These temples need to be preserved and redeveloped into places of heritage and religious tourism, which will help the economy of the district and generate employment opportunities. As we all know, Balangir is an aspirational district. Both these districts are home to the famous Sambalpuri weavers. I would request the Honorable Minister of Tourism to include Subarnapur and Balangi districts of Odisha under the Swadesh Darshan scheme as heritage, spiritual or rural circuit. Thank you very much. I would like to draw the attention of this House to the recent controversies regarding censure of free speech by social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and their affiliates in India. This poses a significant constitutional challenge not only on the grounds of unreasonable restriction of free speech but also amounts to illegal interference during elections. Sir, Facebook, Twitter, and similar foreign social media platforms claim themselves to be intermediaries under the IT Act. However, the key element of this definition is that the role of the intermediaries is limited to processing, storing, and transmitting data of third party users and does not include intervention on the content of the users. Therefore, Section 79 of the IT Act provides these intermediaries exemption from any liability. An intermediary receives protection that a regular publisher does not receive. While this is the explicit spirit of the statute, the information technology intermediary guidelines rules, while laying down what short of third party content may be prohibited by the privacy policy of the intermediary, go far beyond the scope of Article 19(2) of the Constitution, read with Sections 79 and 69 of the IT Act. These guidelines are not only ultra-virus, the parent statute, but also unconstitutional, as the grounds they provide for are so wide that they will fail the standards of constitutionality set out by the Supreme Court in Shreya Singhal case while striking down Section 66A of the IT Act. They are problematic because they empower private for enterprises performing essentially a public function to act as censors of free speech without government oversight, thus effectively and severely impacting safeguards of fundamental rights to free speech. I therefore urge the government to repeal such unconstitutional guidelines and issue new ones to govern social media platforms, thereby protecting the fundamental right to free speech of our citizens, especially those of the nationalistic approach. Thank you, sir. Stop. In accordance with the provisions of Sub-Rule 6 of Rule 186 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the Rajya Sabha, I am directed to return herewith the appropriation number 4 Bill 2020, which was passed by the Lok Sabha at its sitting held on the 18th September 2020 and transmitted to the Rajya Sabha for its recommendations and to state that this House has no recommendations to make to the Lok Sabha in regard to the said bill. Stop.